Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Ashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtike. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Caitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirviseshasha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Today we continue our reading of Srimad Bhagavatam from Canto 2, Chapter 9, Text 44. Tasma idam Bhagavatam Puranam Dashalakshanam Proktam Bhagavata Praha Pritaha Putraya Bhutakrit. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Thereupon, the supplementary Vedic literature, Srimad Bhagavatam, which was described by the personality of Godhead and which contains 10 characteristics, was told with satisfaction by the father Brahma to his son Narad. Although Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken in 4 verses, it had 10 characteristics, which will be explained in the next chapter. In the 4 verses, it is first said that the Lord existed before the creation. And thus, the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam includes the Vedanta aphorism, Janmadi Asya. Janmadi Asya is the beginning, yet the 4 verses in which it is said that the Lord is the root of everything that be, beginning from the creation up to the supreme abode of the Lord, naturally explain the 10 characteristics. So Krishna in the fourth Chatushloki, he's telling Brahma that I existed before the creation. You know, there are just some people who don't want to accept authority of God, and then by their mind, they make up some meanings. But it is clearly mentioned where Krishna is saying, I existed. One should not misunderstand by wrong interpretations that the Lord spoke only 4 verses and that therefore all the rest of the 17,994 verses are useless. The 10 characteristics, as will be explained in the next chapter, require so many verses just to explain them properly. So Brahmaji, he can understand the whole Srimad Bhagavatam in 4 verses, but we need all the 18,000 verses to understand Bhagavatam. Like Arjuna could understand the Bhagavad Gita in 45 minutes or 1.5 hours, whereas it takes us lifetimes to understand. Brahmaji had also advised Narad previously that he should expand the idea he had heard from Brahmaji. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed this to Srila Rupa Goswami in a nutshell. But the disciple, Rupa Goswami, expanded this very elaborately. And the same subject was further expanded by Jiva Goswami and even further by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So these are great devotees, great acharyas in our line. Srila Rupa Goswami is one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Srila Jiva Goswami is his nephew. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is also one of the great acharyas coming in the same parampara. We are just trying to follow in the footsteps of all these authorities. So Srimad Bhagavatam is not like ordinary fiction or mundane literature. It is unlimited in strength. And however one may expand it according to one's ability, Bhagavatam still cannot be finished by such expansion. So we can see how the devotees are expanding by putting in their commentaries. Brahmaji is expanding it for Narad Muni. Narad Muni expanded it for Vyasadeva. But because it is spiritual subject matter, that's why it's unlimited. Bhagavatam is unlimited because it's Krishna, sound incarnation of Krishna. Not like any story that we make up, any material.
Hare Krishna?
Yeah, can't hear.
Okay.
Oh, can't hear? Hare Krishna? Huh? Hare Krishna? Hare Krishna?
Yeah, Hare, we can hear you now.
So
Yeah.
earlier, you were not able to hear anything?
No, like you just fixed. Yeah, you just got stuck. Your internet and you got stuck for a minute maybe.
Oh, okay. So we can see that here the devotees are expanding on the Bhagavad.
The screen, we don't have the screen.
Oh, you didn't have the screen. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Is that okay? Do you have it?
Perfect now. Thank you.
So we can see that the Bhagavatam is being expanded by the devotees unlimitedly, and yet it still stays. There's still so much more that can be expanded, not like ordinary movies or books, of the material world, not of subjects of the material world. We get tired. How much can we speak about the same thing of the material world? Whereas Bhagavatam can be expanded. And Bhagavatam still cannot be finished by such expansion. Srimad Bhagavatam, being the sound representation of the Lord, is simultaneously explained in 4 verses and in 4 billion verses, all the same, in as much as the Lord is smaller than the atom and bigger than the unlimited sky. Such is the potency of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, text 45. Naradaha prahamunaye saraswatyastate nripa dhyayate brahma paramam vyasayamita tejase. In succession, O king, the great sage Narad instructed Srimad Bhagavatam unto the unlimitedly powerful Vyasadeva, who meditated in devotional service upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Absolute Truth, on the bank of the river Saraswati. In the 5th chapter of the 1st canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad instructed the great sage Vyasadeva as follows. Atho maha bhaga bhavan amogadrek suchi shravaha satya rato drita vritaha urukramasya khila bandha muktaye samadhinas anusmara tadvichestitam. O greatly fortunate, pious philosopher, your name and fame are universal, and you are fixed in the absolute truth with spotless character and infallible vision. I ask you to meditate upon the activities of the personality of Godhead, whose activities are unparalleled. So Brahmaji was instructed by Krishna. Krishna spoke to Brahmaji, then Brahmaji spoke to Narad, and then Narad Muni is asking Vyasadeva. He informed to Vyasadeva and asked him to meditate on the Supreme Lord. So in the disciplic succession of the Brahma Sampradaya, the practice of yoga meditation is not neglected, but because the devotees are bhakti yogis, they do not undertake the trouble to meditate upon the impersonal Brahman, as indicated here. They meditate on the Brahma Paramam, or the Supreme Brahman. So devotees, who do they meditate on? They meditate on Krishna. They don't meditate on the light which is coming out from the body of Krishna, but they like to meditate on Shyam Sundar Krishna. Brahman realization begins from the impersonal effulgence, but by further progress of such meditation, manifestation of the Supreme Soul, Paramatma realization takes place. So one who is really, truly a jnani, he'll reach up to the stage of that God is light, but when he further realizes it, by further knowledge, by further being situated, he'll realize that, okay, that I'm a spirit soul. Brahman realization means I'm a spirit soul, and yet there is a greater personality than me. I am not God. There is somebody who's greater than me. And then by further meditation, then he will realize that there is Paramatma also. Oh, there is a super soul, that I'm not God. There is a great, God is great, and he's the Paramatma in everyone's heart. And progressing further, realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is fixed. So a yogi, when he comes to the point, okay, that I'm the Atma and there is Paramatma in my heart and everyone's heart, then by further practice, he will come to the point, okay, so that the Atma and the Paramatma, we have a relationship. So then we need to act in that relationship. And how do we act in that relationship? That is bhakti yoga. That is by hearing, chanting. Those are the activities of the soul. So we can see how gradually, if a person comes from jnana to yoga to bhakti, it's a gradual process. But if we want, we can take to bhakti directly. We are recommended to take to bhakti directly because we do not have such long lives. We don't have such a long time to speculate for thousands and thousands of years and meditate on thousands and thousands of years. Sri Narad Muni, as the spiritual master of Vyasadeva, knew very well the position of Vyasadeva, and thus he certified the qualities of Srila Vyasadeva as fixed in the absolute truth with great vow, etc. Narad advised meditation upon the transcendental activities of the Lord. So we can see that Srila Vyasadeva, when he's recording the Bhagavatam, he's actually seeing those pastimes being enacted. That's why most of the Bhagavatam is in Samadhi Bhasha. They are seeing it. Sukadev Goswami is actually seeing the pastimes, what's happening. And even Srila Vyasadeva, they are there. So if people ask that, what's the proof that somebody has seen God? Then Srila Brahmaji, Vyasadeva, Narad Muni, Sukadev Goswami, they've all seen God. And then people might say, oh, but why shall we trust them? This happened so many years ago. How do we know if it's true or no? Well, faith we have in everything. We do have faith in so many things. We have faith when we go to the doctor that this doctor is going to cure me. We have faith in our teachers when we don't know anything. We have faith. Oh, she's telling me to learn ABC. It is for my good. Let me do it. So faith we have in everything. Then we should have faith in the scriptures and in the devotees also. We have faith that we are leaving the house, we are going to come back home. We have faith that if I'm taking the elevator, it will take me up or down. So we do have faith. We just have to place the faith in the devotees and in the scriptures. Are there any questions or comments till now? If no, then we can continue. Impersonal Brahman has no activities, but the personality of Godhead has many activities, and all such activities are transcendental without any tinge of material quality. So the light aspect of Krishna, the light which is coming from his body, that light doesn't do anything. It's just light, it's just there. But Krishna, the person, Shyam Sundar, he has many activities. Many activities. And they are not material, they are all spiritual. They are transcendental. If the activities of the Supreme Brahman were material activities, then Narad would not have advised Vyasadeva to meditate upon them. And the Param Brahma is Lord Sri Krishna, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna realized the factual position of Lord Krishna, he addressed Lord Krishna in the following words. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gave the knowledge to Arjuna. Then after Arjuna understood, then he's describing. In the 10th chapter, Arjuna is saying that after he realized, oh wow, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He says, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shaswatam Divyam, Adi-Devam Ajam Vibhum, Ahustvam Rasaya Sarve, Deva Rishir Naradastatha, Asito Devalo Vyasaha, Swayam Cheva Bravishime. Arjuna summarized the purpose of the Bhagavad Gita by his realization of Lord Sri Krishna and thus said, my dear personality of Godhead, you are the supreme absolute truth, the original person in the eternal form of bliss and knowledge. And this is confirmed by Narad, Asita, Devala, and Vyasadeva. And above all, your personal self has also confirmed it. Bhagavatam 10.12 to 13. So all the great devotees, all the great personalities, they accept Sri Krishna as the Supreme Lord, as the original person. And here, that's why Arjuna, he's giving the proof that the great, Arjuna is saying, not only me, not only that I'm accepting you as the Supreme Lord, but Narad Muni, Asita, Devala, Vyasadeva, these are great personalities of excellent character. And then, and they're still living, we can't say, oh, they were living at the time of creation or 5,000 years ago and now they're not there. No, they're still there. They're in the higher regions of the Himalayas. When Vyasadeva fixed his mind in meditation, he did it in Bhakti Yoga trance and actually saw the Supreme Person with Maya, the illusory energy in contraposition. As we have discussed before, the Lord's Maya or illusion is also a representation because Maya has no existence without the Lord. So when Vyasadeva saw Krishna, he saw Maya Devi also, because Maya Devi is also Krishna's energy. So you can't separate all, and he saw all Krishna's energies, all Krishna's energies. Darkness is not independent of light. Without light, no one can experience the contraposition of darkness. However, this Maya or illusion cannot overcome the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but stands apart from him, apashrayam. So Maya, to us, she appears unsurmountable. For example, when it's a cloudy day, so our vision of the sun is covered by the clouds. We can see only the cloud. We can't see the sun. But of course, we do understand the sun is there because it's not totally dark as the night. But can the cloud actually cover the sun? No. The cloud, what's the size of the cloud, that it can actually cover the sun? What the cloud is doing is only it is covering our vision of the sun. It's not covering the sun itself. It's just covering our vision like a curtain. So that's what Maya is. Because we want to forget Krishna, so she's like a curtain. And if we want to remember Krishna, we want to get to know Krishna, then to the degree we want to know him, Krishna lifts that curtain to that degree. Therefore, perfection of meditation is realization of the personality of Godhead along with his transcendental activities. Meditation on the impersonal Brahman is a troublesome business for the meditator, as confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 12.5, Klesho adhikaras tesham avyakta shakta chetasam. So the bhakti yogis, what they fix their mind on is Sri Krishna. And then when we think of Krishna, of course, we think of his name, his form, his qualities, his pastimes, everything, because Krishna is a person. As we also have a person, we have a name, we have a form, we have some activities we do. If somebody thinks of us, they'll remember all these things. Same way, when we are thinking of Krishna, Krishna has all these different aspects. He is a person. Krishna is a person. He's the supreme person. He's not like us. We are tiny and tiny, but Krishna is unlimited, but he's a person. So reading on, text 46. Tad uttaham tvaya prishto vairajat purushad idam yathasid tad upakyaste prashnan anyamscha kritsnashaha. O King, your question as to how the universe became manifested from the gigantic form of the personality of Godhead, as well as other questions, I shall answer in detail by explanation of the 4 verses already mentioned. As stated in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam, this great transcendental literature is the ripened fruit of the tree of Vedic knowledge. And therefore, all questions that can be humanly possible regarding the universal affairs, beginning from its creation, are all answered in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So the Vedas, the vast knowledge of Vedas, is compared to a tree. And as a tree bears many fruits, but some fruits are not yet ripe. But Srimad Bhagavatam, it's the essence of the Vedas. So it's the ripened fruit. It's the most sweetest fruit of all the knowledge of the Vedas. And in this Srimad Bhagavatam, all the questions that one could possibly have regarding the creation, regarding this material world, they are all answered in Srimad Bhagavatam. The answers depend only on the qualification of the person who explains them. The 10 divisions of Srimad Bhagavatam, as explained by the great speaker Srila Sukadev Goswami, are the limitation of all questions, and intelligent persons will derive all intellectual benefits from them by proper utilization. So it's only limited to how much we realized, what's our realization, to that much degree we will be able to take from Srimad Bhagavatam. But otherwise, Srimad Bhagavatam is unlimited. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the second canto, 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Answers by Citing the Lord's Version.
Sorry, so the 10 divisions has been explained yet or no?
Not yet.
Not yet. Right?
Not
the 10
yet.
Characteristics, right? The characters.
Yeah, they are going to be like what it is. It's
yes.
Some of them are creation, destruction, all that will be.
That will come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the chapter 10 is called Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Shishukovacha atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanam uttaya manvantarekshanu katha nirodha muktir ashrayaha. Sri Sukadev Goswami said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 10 divisions of statements regarding the following. So now these are the 10 things. What does it say? The creation of the universe, subcreation, planetary systems, protection by the Lord, the creative impetus, the change of manus, the science of God, returning home, back to Godhead, liberation, and the Samam Bonam. So these are the 10 subject matters which are covered in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we can see that there is creation of the universe, the first creation which Krishna creates, and then there's a sub-creation which Lord Brahma creates. So then reading on 10.2, Dashamasya Vishuddhi Artham Navan Nam Iha Lakshanam Varnayanti Mahatmanaha Shrutenarthena Chanjasa. To isolate the transcendence of the Samam Bonam, the symptoms of the rest are described sometimes by Vedic inference, sometimes by direct explanation, and sometimes by summary explanations given by the great sages. So the Samam Bonam is what we are going to hear in the 10th canto. The pastimes of Sri Krishna, of Bhagwan Sri Krishna, Shyam Sundar, 10.3. This is a longer one. So we can see how much we can read. Bhutam matrendriya dhiyam janma sarga udaritaha brahmano guna vesham yad visarga paurushaha smitaha. The elementary creation of 16 items of matter, namely the 5 elements, fire, water, land, air, and sky, sound, form, taste, smell, touch, and the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, and mind is known as sarga, whereas subsequent resultant interaction of the modes of material nature is called visarga. So what is sarga is the primary creation, where the 16 items are created by Krishna, the 5 gross elements. Then he is also making the sense objects, the sound, form, taste, smell, touch. These are the sense objects, and these are the senses: the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, and mind is also one of the sense. In order to explain the 10 divisional symptoms of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 7 continuous verses. The first of these, under reference, pertains to the 16 elementary manifestations of earth, water, etc., with material ego composed of material intelligence and mind. The subsequent creation is a result of the reactions of the above mentioned 16 energies of the first Purusha, the Mahavishnu incarnation of Govinda, as later explained by Brahma in his treatise Brahma Samhita 5.47 as follows. Ya karan narvane jale bhajati sma yoga nidram ananta jagadanda sharoma kupaha adhara shaktim avalam vyaparam swamurtim govindam adi purusham tam aham bhajami. The first Purusha incarnation of Govinda, Lord Krishna, known as Mahavishnu, goes into a yoga nidra, mystic sleep, and the innumerable universes are situated in potency in each and every hair hole in his transcendental body. So Lord Brahma is saying that Lord Vishnu is lying down in this causal ocean and he's in yoga nidra. He's in a mystic sleep, not like our sleep. When we sleep, we are totally gone. We forget what we are, where we are, who's our family, who's our loved ones. We just forget totally, our dreams, our aspirations, what are in the middle of, our desires. We're totally gone. But Krishna's sleep is not that. He's in a mystic sleep. He's very well aware of what's happening. And then from his pores of his body comes out the innumerable universes. So shall we stop here?
Yes.
Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vindi ki jai, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you.
Have a great day. See you tomorrow.